when you do public speaking, or when you're presenting before a large audience at a conference, at a seminar, a lot of people like the comfort, the safety of standing behind either a lectern or standing behind a table. In my public speaking training, I encourage people to get out from behind the lectern and to use the platform. When you remove a barrier between yourself and the audience, it just creates that perfect environment for adult learning. It shows you, my audience, that I've got nothing to hide behind. I'm prepared to share all of my energy, all of my knowledge, all of my passion with you. I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to hide behind a lectern. So I encourage all my attendees at my public speaking and presentation skills workshops to get comfortable using the platform. Now, the strongest position for presenting is in the middle of the room. You're centered perfectly, your peripheral vision picks up everyone. Not too far forward, I don't want you in my lap, but in the center. When you walk into lecture theatres, most lecterns are on either the left or the right-hand side of the room. So this beautiful corridor, the center of the room, is left vacant. So leave the lectern and move to the middle of the room and be honest, authentic, and share your message with no barriers, nothing to hide behind. Some people say, but I'm data projecting, I have a screen behind me, and if I stand in the middle of the room, I'm going to cast shadows or be blinded by the light. That's not necessarily the case. If you are PowerPointing, you know you can hit the B button on your laptop and that'll turn the screen black, and you can now move across to the middle with no shadows, with no light. Have that deeper conversation. Ask those powerful questions. Challenge your audience. You can now go back to the side, to the lectern. You can re-hit the B button and your PowerPoint slide will be back whenever you want it. So don't use PowerPoint as a reason for not coming to the middle of the room. When I ask people to use the platform, you can call it the stage, the podium, the platform, the space, across the room, whatever you want to call it. When I tell people to use the platform, a common mistake that they start to do, and I encourage you not to do this, is they pace from left to right. It's called the incessant walker, or sometimes the cat on a hot tin roof. So when you come to the middle of the room, you need to settle, stay still, make eye contact, and occupy that space for a while. Then when you do move, you move for a reason, you move for a purpose, you move to engage a different part of the room, you resettle and orientate. Maybe you go over to a whiteboard and draw something up. Maybe you go back to the lectern and bring your PowerPoint back. Maybe you anchor 3 points. Point 1 here, describe the first point, talk about it. Move to the middle. Point 2, spend a bit of time there, speak about point 2, move to a third spot and speak about your third point. That's called spatial anchoring. Just one example of how you can use the platform. So when public speaking, especially those larger gigs, when you're doing the presentations at conferences, don't feel you must stay behind the lectern. The really inspirational, the strong speakers leave the lectern because they know that is where they have the greatest impact with their audience. When they're standing in the middle, no barriers, having that authentic conversation. So learn to use your platform. I'm speaking a series of workshops in Darwin in October. and also in Karratha in October, where I'm going to teach you some of the platform mechanics, some of the platform skills. So just think about your next presentation. Are you going to leave the lectern?